It's the weekend. Another week has gone by. Rich Peterson, Kim David, Andy Brownell with a week in review. The top stories of the week. What have you got?
Well, first of all, welcome back from your vacation.
Yeah, did you guys
No
handle it
cowboy
without
hat.
me?
Yeah.
It was rough.
I had a cowboy hat, but I hit the Minnesota roads
We got through
and it blew
somehow.
off my head.
We actually were breaking a story at the end of the week, a story we've been basically tracking for some time now. It could be another development in the downtown, maybe one of the biggest ever, if not the biggest ever. It involves a company that's been meeting with the city for a number of weeks now, and they plan to present their ideas to the council formally at the first meeting in May. What it involves is a strip of land from 2nd Street on the north to 4th Street on the south. Most of that land right now is owned by the city. The parking ramp, empty parking space, and then I think it's called the Labor Hall.
This is the company that had already bought the Associated Bank building.
Right. Bloom International is their name, and they've already talked to the city about doing this project that would cover that entire stretch of property along the river there. They will go to the council that first meeting in May and seek a 180-day designation for that site. They could be the only one who can talk about that site to the city for a 6-month period, try to work out all the details and financing and so on. But very exciting, coming on the heels of the DMC Corporation Board approving the DMC plan.
Wow, it's going to be a different looking city here in the next 5 years.
We'll see we'll see cranes.
A lot of cranes like the 80s all over.
Another one building related, the rec center / senior center project is kind of highlighted what we're seeing as a trend among government building projects locally, that the costs are coming in some cases significantly higher than anticipated, and that has these government bodies scrambling to find out how to pay for the added cost of these projects. In this case, about $1 million extra. Where that money's going to come from right now is a big question mark.
But they're going ahead with the construction.
Yeah, there is a reserve account that they can tap into, but it seems that the council is a little bit hesitant to do so. And they want to take some more public input before they do it.
I think they want to get the public input because a lot of people are wondering, justify this. Well, it's beyond that. They've already said they're going ahead with the project, and now I think they just want to have a little more public oversight over this whole process. Some of the city council members were a little upset because they received this information on a late Friday afternoon release from the park department explaining what was going on about a special park board meeting, which meant the city council would have to become involved at some point. And the fact that this got sent out, I think, was about 5 o'clock, Andy, on a Friday.
It was late in the afternoon, yeah.
Some of the council members were like, couldn't we have had more lead time? I think at least some of them were a little upset. And that's what led to this decision to say, let's talk about this some more. But they have to come up with the money. I mean, they have to. They've ordered the contract and work will begin.
It also opens a discussion of some of these projects that have been on the books for quite a while and have not been done. The costs are rising virtually every day because the construction and the demand is going to go up with these major projects you're talking about on the private sector. It's going to cause the public sector projects to cost more as well.
Used to be the 70s, even in the 80s, when you went up from Iowa or from South Dakota into Minnesota, you could tell the roads smoothed out. Now it's just the opposite. I could not believe how bad the interstate highway system is in Minnesota. Going from 80 miles an hour in South Dakota, you couldn't go 80 miles an hour in Minnesota safely. And I looked up, one foundation had the roads ranked, Minnesota was 49th out of 50 in rural interstate highways, and I think overall we ranked like 42nd in the country. We're the 8th worst roads. South Dakota was number 9, Wyoming was number 2 for best, and boy, it was noticeable. I just hope they get something done soon.
But maybe the legislature doesn't really care because most of the traffic on I-90 is through traffic. They're not Minnesotans, and they don't vote for these politicians. I'm just saying, maybe, huh?
Could be.
Yeah,
Tune in next week.